Hello, welcome to another segment of Esoteric Perspective. And today I have a very interesting topic to discuss. And this topic is involving knowing yourself. Now, I believe that one of the greatest gifts that you could ever give to yourself is not materialistic. I think one of the first and greatest gifts that you can give to yourself is knowledge. Knowledge. Because it's the knowledge that will bring you before great man, one. It's the knowledge that will put you in a position to make money if need be. It's knowledge that will put you in a place where whatever it is that you desire in life or in this life, you can achieve and you can make. But it first off starts with knowledge. Now, to me, the base of the knowledge would be learning about you. Learning about you. The first thing you want to do is decode your destiny, decode your being. Who are you? I want you to ask yourself a question. Who are you? Who am I? I want you to say your name. Who is so-and-so? Ask yourself that question. And if you aren't able to say or explain who you are, then I believe that it's time to take some moments of revelation. I believe it will be some time for you to get to know yourself the more. I believe a lot of these great and notorious people, public figures that we see, even the ones who have caused pain to the world, there's something that they knew. And what they knew is their self. They was able to decode the mystery of their self. I believe that is so important in this time period that we are in now, because it will help us to stay focused on what we're doing, and it will also help us to be the best version of ourselves. Another thing is we want to figure out, where did we come from? Now, we know the natural anatomy of how human beings came into existence. But there's another element that, to a certain degree, was physical. It was a lot. But it was a beautiful story in the way that man or mankind has been created. Now, I'm sure most of us has heard something of the story of creation. And we can get into that, but we can get into that briefly. But I believe that this is an important factor to consider. It's a very important factor to consider. Because we look at the word Bible, and the Bible can be used as an acronym, which is basic instructions before leaving Earth. So the Genesis, which connotes to the beginning of something. So the beginning of time, the beginning of creation, the beginning of existence. So there was something that was in the beginning, and what of that which was in the beginning was the creation of man. And there in the Garden of Eden, man was created. The Bible explains the whole process. We were formed by the dirt of the ground, and God breathed into the nostrils of man, and man became a living being. This is the base. Now, what is interesting is that breath entered into the nostrils of man. And oftentimes, when a human being breathes, we have a passageway to receive breath, or the best passageway to receive breath is through our nose. Yes, we can also breathe through our mouths, but the best way is to breathe in through our nose. So this is oxygen. Oxygen is what helps us to stay alive. It's what brought the creation of man into existence, and is what helps us to sustain our existence. Now, when the breath of God is also symbolic of his spirit and of his presence. Now, this is very important, what I just said. The breath of God, the oxygen of God, is representative of his spirit and his presence. Now, if we go back, and I don't have it in front of me, but I know what it says, and if you would like to go within the scripture and open it up, you can see that when God decided that it's time for us to create, when I said us, there was a meeting going on in the heavens. And he said that let us make man in our image, in our likeness. In other words, when God set the intention to create man, he intended that man be in his image and in his likeness. I believe that his likeness came from his spirit being breathed inside of us. The oxygen was being breathed inside of us. Now, he created us with his own hands. The Bible said that we were molded and that we were as like clay to a potter's hand. So he formed us. In other words, we are now being placed into the image of God. And I know we have one thing about human beings. We all look different. Some of us may look similar as a result of genes, or to a certain degree, some of us can seem similar, but we're not the same. We all have a certain uniqueness to us, which I find to be very extraordinary. I like it that way. But we all have some type of similarity to a certain degree. We all are breathing, we all are living. So in some type of way, we're connected. The essence of God is with us. The essence of God is with us. And it's his breath that are still in our lungs. And to me, that's absolutely interesting. Absolutely interesting. So that is one place to start.